A few weeks ago, the federal government announced plans for what it claims will be the world's biggest marine park. But since 2002, South Australia has been grappling with marine parks for waters under state control. Hosing the issue down was one of Jay Weatherall's first acts as Premier, but now some fishermen say he hasn't kept his promises. It's another day in the office for Justin Sikalela and Bart Butson, like their fathers and their grandfathers before them.
Well, fishing to me is a way of life, but it's probably more. I feel passionate about my heritage as a fisherman. I know my family's been fishing here for 50 years.
Yeah, mine's sort of probably 70 years, I think, yeah.
And if what we were doing wasn't working, if it was bad for the fish stocks or biodiversity, we wouldn't be doing it now.
They fish out of Port Wakefield near the top of Gulf St Vincent. This morning's catch of squid is destined for fish markets interstate and then the restaurant trade in either Melbourne or Sydney. But the fishermen fear they may be the last of their line. They say a draft plan for a marine sanctuary or no-take zone would close the waters of Upper Spencer Gulf to them and recreational fishermen.
It's 225 square kilometres, so yeah, it's quite a big area to be taken.
They've actually put the zones over the most crucial fishing grounds, which wasn't meant to happen that way.
Port Wakefield just gets by, you know, there's not a lot of money in the town, so we just get there.
South Australia has been discussing marine parks for 12 years. 19 parks were announced in 2009. Since then, amid considerable controversy, the Environment and Natural Resources Department, DENA, along with industry and communities, have been attempting to decide where the no-take zones will go within those parks. The opposition says a no-take zone isn't needed off Port Wakefield.
We don't believe that it's overfished whatsoever. I don't even think DENA believe that it's overfished, and this is what makes this decision, this pending decision by the state government, so galling.
The sanctuary zones are not there to deal with overfishing. That's not what they're about. Sanctuary zones are there to set aside areas of important ecological or biological value.
Alan Holmes says there's no doubt that some species, such as garfish, are under pressure. Still, controversy remains the catch of the day. The fishermen point to this 2009 letter from then Environment Minister Jay Weatherall. They say it's a clear commitment to them, stating commercial opportunities would be protected in the shallow upper Gulf St Vincent waters.
At this stage in the negotiations with the zoning arrangements, it doesn't appear that that word's being kept.
He said that their fisheries, their licences would not be put in jeopardy.
It is about how that letter's interpreted and what you can read it either way. The way that it was intended was to say that those fisheries will be maintained. It doesn't mean to say the complete fishery will be maintained unaltered. Net fishers have a broad area that they fish. Yes, some effort's concentrated in the head of the Gulf, but they fish across a broader area.
Not the people from that town, and that's the point.
That's their choice. Their licence allows them to fish across a much broader area.
Bart Butson believes of the 20 commercial haul net fishermen in Port Wakefield, 2/3 of them would have to go if the proposal goes ahead, but they won't be alone. For many South Australians, Port Wakefield is a petrol and food stop on the way to somewhere else. But there is life beyond the highway.
A lot of people don't know that all of this is here because they go through the highway and see the service stations and they don't know that we are here. But, you know, you come around, you have a look and it's a good little town.
And she says it will be a lot littler without fishing.
You know, there are a lot of pro fishermen and if that happens, that will take quite a big percentage of the town population away.
I don't think a lot of people know how big effect it's going to be. They just thought it was a bit of water out in the middle of the ocean, not the whole top of the Gulf.
The government's crucial regional impact statement hasn't been released yet, but the opposition says Freedom of Information documents show displaced fishermen would be offered $210,000 per licence.
That's $200,000 to last me the rest of my life. I've 5 children and it costs a lot to feed those guys, and $200,000 won't feed them until the last one's turned 18 and left home.
That piece of information is quite misleading. I'm not familiar with any detail around discussion of what a fishery is worth or what compensation would be paid.
Alan Holmes insists no firm decision has been made on Port Wakefield's no-take zone, but his personal view is that in some shape or form one is likely to go there.